December the 26th, 1963, and a record fleet of 44 yachts assembles in Sydney Harbour for the start of the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia's annual Sydney to Hobart Classic. Last-minute adjustments are made, and it's a case of jockey for position for the start. Everything that can float is out for the start. They're off in a light nor'easter. Winston Churchill is nicely away, followed by Carol J. Lascelles, sailed by CYC Commodore Bill Saltus, singles out. This win means a tacking deal to the heads. No game for skippers with ulcers. Mercedes is pressing Lascelles for the honour of first out. But the lass will not be denied, and it's a case of ladies first. Lorita Maria and Caprice of Huon are revelling in the conditions. Queenslander Mouse of Malham also likes the breeze. The 62-foot ketch Enid, recently launched, is one of the first big yachts to hit the open water. Lascelles is the first to head south with Mercedes on her tack. Ahead, 680 miles to Hobart. Lorita Maria and Caprice of Huon are having a private race. Seawind and Cavalier clear the heads, also Freya, built, designed, owned and sailed by Trigg and Magnus Halverson. This is Freya's first race. The racing fleet clears the heads, still accompanied by spectator craft. The motor yacht Tahuna, owned by Mr. Henry Wilkins, is Caltech's radio relay vessel. Spinnakers are now the order of the day. Kalina sets hers. So does Cadence. But the fickle nor'easter dies off during the afternoon, and crews are hard-pressed to coax their craft along. Astor appears to have caught a breeze, but for how long? With her giant Golly Wobbler and Venturi set, Graham Warner is doing all he knows to keep Astor moving, but it's not big boat weather. This weather suits the smaller craft, such as Narani, first entered from Western Australia. The second day finds most of the yachts closely bunched off Jarvis Bay after a windless night. Norman Brooker's Seawind has a narrow lead, with most of the remainder within spinnaker poles of each other. It's clear there's not going to be any record run to Hobart this year. Struan Marie from the Middle Harbour Yacht Club, like all other yachts, is having difficulty holding the wind. Crews keep constant vigilance in these conditions to ensure they gain the maximum from the fluky winds. Most competitors head out to sea to look for the southerly set which runs down the Australian coast, hoping to supplement the sketchy wind with some assistance from the southerly current. It's still small boat weather, but although not reveling in it, the smaller craft are gradually drawing away from the larger yachts. Aqua Bleu, the 54-foot ketch from Victoria, is having her troubles. Middle Harbour Commodore, Ori Godden on board Kalina, takes a sight on the sun, while his crew whistle for the wind. Lascelles has picked up her skirts. The Caltex flag on Tahuna tells the story of the wind. Tahuna finds Astor as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean, wallowing helplessly in the conditions and making little headway. Yacht after yacht presents the same picture. Sails hanging limply or barely drawing. Crews on deck anxiously scanning the horizon, looking for the telltale ripples on the water to indicate even a zephyr. At dawn on December the 29th, the yachts are strung out through Bass Strait. The morning report to the Caltex radio relay vessel shows Freya and Caprice of Huon in the lead from Sea Wind further out to sea. Mercedes, Astor, Ruthian, the Rita Maria and Cavalier. Freya in the lead is making the best of the conditions. Lascelles is also coming home well. Mouse of Malham has her chance on handicap, and the crew member even finds time to use his camera. The yachts are in the last stretch down the Tasmanian coast now, and it's been all downwind sailing, when there's been any wind. Sea Wind, who led early, has surrendered her lead to Freya, but is still well in the picture. On board the Caltex radio relay vessel Tahuna, however, a gale warning is received from the Hobart Weather Bureau.
Radio to all stations. We have an initial gale warning issued.
The warning is relayed to the competitors and their positions are plotted.
3:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Westerly winds strengthening to force 7 to 9 in Tasmania.
Soon the seas build up and the elusive wind comes hard and strong.
Gale warning in from the Weather Bureau, Hobart.
On the morning of December 30th, Freya leads Astor, the yawl Tahuna is third, Sea Wind fourth, Cavalier fifth, Mercedes sixth, and Ruthian and Narita Maria neck and neck seventh. The leaders are streaking towards Storm Bay and the mouth of the Derwent River. Struan Marie is driving hard. Enid is ploughing towards the finish. This is big boat weather at last. Kalana, a Tasmanian entry, is in familiar waters and weather. Storm Bay is really living up to her name, and the crew soon learn that this is no cruise. Kalana is sailing nicely in the conditions. The tiny Nirapur is close hauled into the southwester of 60 knots. Crews pit themselves and their boats against the fury of the storm. Sylphide is driving home. There are no slack sails now. The Carmen class yachts are also showing their mettle.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
Southerly, with Don Mickleborough at the helm, is also making good progress. The tiny Mouse of Malham is running home with her mizzen missing and one pole bare. Carmen is making every post a winner as she rounds the Iron Pot at the entrance to the Derwent River.
ready for over. Pull out the flag and ready for over. Pull out the flag and ready for over. The line is unfolding.
Silesia runs into the Derwent for the haul to the finishing line.
Hooray, up the riders, the line is unfolding.
Even in the Derwent, there is no respite from the gale.
By morning, the line is unfolding. Hooray, up the riders, hooray, up the riders, hooray, up the riders, the line is unfolding.
With the weather to suit her over the last 150 miles of the race, Astor is first over the line, finishing in the darkness at 9:53 p.m. on December the 30th. Freya crossed the line more than 4 hours later at 2:17 a.m. on December the 31st. Freya was the winner with the corrected time of 3 days, 6 hours, 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Astor enters Hobart's Constitution Dock to the applause of the big crowd which stayed up to see the finish. Owner-skipper of the Rita Maria, Norman Rich Jr., drives his 39-foot sloop over the finishing line into third place with his mainsail roller reefed. There is the usual hero's welcome for all in Hobart's Constitution Dock, with yarns to swap and congratulations to Freya, the Halverson brothers and her crew, who drew first blood in Freya's first race. The Halversons' record now stands at 3 firsts, 5 seconds and 1/3 in the 15 Sydney-Hobart races they have contested. The Cruising Yacht Club of Australia's 1963 race was not fast run because of the conditions. On handicap, Freya was the winner by approximately 2 hours from Cavalier, with the Rita Maria 1 hour away, third. Line honours went to Astor, the second time she's been first home.
I love a little gal across the sea. She's a boatman's beauty and she says to me, oh, Johnny, come down to Hobart.